Did you ever sell it? Did I ever the cat?
No, I did not. I didn't.
Have you done?
I have not done. I have not. Excuse me. I have not done. Ugh, I can't even talk.
Oh Lord.
So I have not done.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Talk That Talk, Reality with Realness. I am your host, Chase.
And I'm your host, Kelly Kells.
And y'all already know we're breaking it down this week with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So, friend, let's start with the clip of the week. And this week we chose Drew and Brit sit down over cocktails. So what you get from this scene, friend?
I just got one question. Did you sell it?
Oh, hell, I paid double for that.
The cat.
Sell what?
The cat.
Baby, come through, Drew.
That was hilarious.
Come through, Drew.
Drew ate that part right there.
That's why it's lying with Drew is doing what she's supposed to do. Child ain't doing all that lying that she be doing.
Yeah.
But she still was lying in this episode too. But
Girl, stop.
We'll get there. But yeah, with that moment, and then when she asked to have she done, baby, the girl couldn't get it out. She's
baby. Brit started stuttering and buffering like the internet. Okay.
Listen,
ain't know what to say.
I love that moment between them two. Really, like, for that to be the clip of the week, and friend, you already know I'm just gonna go ahead and get on my soapbox. For that to be our clip of the week,
it was
this show this week was lackluster.
Oh, I'm exhausted thinking about my week.
Lackluster. Like, these girls are not giving. We literally had montages, for lack of a better phrase, of different little snippet moments throughout the whole episode.
I felt the same way. I was like, this episode feels like they just found a bunch of clips and
Clip. You fool.
put it together.
Yes,
the only time
it
made, the only sense really was the Nashville trip piece, but everything else felt like random stuff put together.
Right. Yeah. So it was just all over the place. And I was like, maybe this why they took so long releasing this season is because, child, the girls really were not giving at all.
But did you catch how after Brit said, you know, I did webcam, you notice how Drew circled back around on that ass and was like, so did you make money? Like,
okay,
I'm gonna ask the same question, but I'm gonna ask it a different way, you know?
Different way, so you know.
And she's like, well, I did good.
I did well.
Yeah. So you sold the cat to the highest bidder.
Right.
Everything costs over $50.
Right. And here's my thing, like, with those moments, I think we talked about this last week, like, when stuff like that come up, just own it. Like, it's not new to us. It's not taboo to us. We know that the girls be on social, and let's be very clear. I support sex work, child. That's what y'all do. That's how you make your coin. Ain't no judgment here, but don't get over here and act like, child, that it ain't what it is. Just own it.
Yeah, absolutely. Furthermore, she tried to kind of like paint this narrative in confessional in that time, like, you know, I'm not ashamed of it and but it's like,
right.
Well, you are ashamed of it because
you
tried to hide it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, now that it's coming out, now you want to act like you're not ashamed of it, but it's too late now.
Right, exactly.
And
well,
also,
friend, go ahead.
Another thing, notice how she was not offended by Drew asking her about her cat, but she had so much smoke for Angela asking how she lost her license.
That's suspicious.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
How does that make sense? How does that work?
Because I think it's the whole, like, to me, it's like you act different with a girl that you know that can stand 10 toes with you. So I feel like that's why she had the issue with Kenya, is because Kenya can come guns a-blazing. Angela is proving that she can come guns a-blazing and not break a sweat. Drew, like, you just never know what you're going to get with Drew. Like, she going to be wishy-washy. But, child, in this moment, child, Drew stood up. She stepped up to the plate and asked the questions that needed to be asked, child.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's selective outrage, but I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, child. Choosing who you want to have an issue with, who you want to have a beef with. And I think based on and I don't know if you want to talk about it in this episode, but based on what Kenya said in her confessional, it's given like I gotta try my best to outperform the big personality girls in order to keep my position on the show.
Absolutely. I mean,
That's
like,
what I took.
they get this opportunity for that bag and they don't want to fumble it. So it's like, do whatever and I can, to stay here and stay relevant.
Right.
And that's why she went after Kenya the way she did.
Right. Child, y'all gonna have to give us more than this for a clip of the week. So, friend, let's go ahead and move on through this review of this show and do this episode breakdown. Now, as we said, this week felt like a bunch of clips just put into moments. So the beginning of the show opened up literally between 3 different scenes, right? With Brit and her husband at the car lot, with Angela and Drew at Angela's home, and with Kelly hosting the girls at her home. Now, with Brit and Mike, again, we say this every week about their relationship. It's getting weird.
It's getting weird. But I still need to get this watch.
It gets weird every time, to me, that they're on camera together. And I also felt like, girl, if we are trying to clean up our image with the sex stuff, why are you making this scene, your moment, still about having sex in the cars and all this stuff? Like, you're not helping yourself at all.
Lifting your legs up. Like, you're not helping at all.
Yeah.
And that man always seemed like he is over her. He loved to tell her you're doing too much.
Yeah. Every
like,
time.
He's so tired of her just as much as we are.
Do you hear me? Now, friend, Angela and Drew. Now, Angela called out Drew about her comment about Michael Jordan, child.
She did. Rightfully so.
Yeah. And look, and in the same scene, she said, how you pronounce my cousin drink? And then gonna say, oh, I like to joke. Oh, that was a joke.
It was a joke. Yeah, but you didn't say that at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Until she said,
that's Drew for you. That's why she got the reputation she has now.
The lies. There you go. This bitch. The lies.
Yeah, Drew be lying, child.
So when the women were all together now at Kelly's.
Yeah.
One of the first thing that came to mind was, why is Cynthia here?
Now, Cynthia, you and your wig calm the down.
Do you feel like she is still needed, considering Kenya's not present and that was like who her friend was?
No, I don't understand why Cynthia is that. Cynthia, to me, right now on the show, looks like a chaperone.
I am in charge of the girls.
Are you in charge of the girls?
I am in charge of the girls.
Okay.
Like, I don't want to jump too far ahead, but even when they got on the girls' trip, like, I feel like she was the chaperone on the trip. Saying, all right, let's pick the rooms. So do we need to pick the rooms? Maybe we should do that. And I was like, girl, you giving a grown-ass chaperone with these grown girls. Girl, just sit down. It's okay. Sit on down with the rest of them OG
Sit
girls.
this one out.
Yeah, I don't know what Cynthia's doing still around, but child, get that check, Cynthia. I ain't mad at you. Now that I didn't really get nothing else from Porsha's, other than Porsha inviting them to her girls' trip to Nashville. The girls weren't giving nothing. Let's go, friend, to Ralph and Drew court date.
Hold on, we missed a significant moment though.
What we miss?
With Brit car shopping and her going in on Angela and talking about Angela and Charles's alleged baby.
Oh, I understand. That's all I have, hey. I was like, oh my God, yeah. And friend,
you know, Wendy Williams did drop that tea on her show at some point.
So I said goodbye to Charles, and then she came over and said goodbye, and she gave me a hug, and then she whispered in my ear, she said, can I tell you something? I said, what? She goes, Wendy, it's only a baby. Oh. You can work this out. And I looked at her like, has this ever happened to you? So she said, yes. I said, did you work it out? And she pointed over to Charles and said, yes. I said, well, then you're more forgiving than me.
I was wondering, was that real or not? So that was real?
Yeah. Wendy Williams said it. So I don't, she said that Angela told her this,
Okay.
So
okay.
I think more is going to come in regards to that. And I don't know if you saw it, but Angela posted today on her Instagram pictures of her with Wendy Williams and Charles. Like they was all like hanging out together, like old pictures. So I don't know what she's trying to get at. I don't know if she's trying to say that like I'm cool with Wendy and there's no beef or what, but I think it's gonna be more to come there for sure.
I got see for some reason like me underestimate Angela like because like in the beginning like I didn't understand that she was as connected as she is obviously. And not only that, just now you mentioned like her social media. I love how like she is on social media playing with the girl. She's relevant. She can speak housewives when she was like 30, when she made the Nene comment about the age of like I'm 35 to be exact. Like just because she know that stuff, like she know how to play for. This is why I like her. And then I also like her too because she gonna get in the ring with the girls and she gonna do it and not break a sweat and then still be like, all right, child, let's move on now. I caught what you said. I'm gonna say what you said, but all right, I can move on from it too. So I really underestimated her. I guess not really knowing, you know, that she obviously is that girl. She's been around for a while, so child, she finally getting her shine. So, all right, we seen Angela over here.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we ready to move on to Drew and Ralph.
Yeah, let's get to Ralph and Drew with this divorce drama.
What
Ralph
you got for you?
He's so obnoxious. Like the way he was practically skipping out of the courthouse. Like he is so happy to be in that basement. Like I understand you're paying the bills, you're paying the mortgage probably. So like you feel the right to be there. But baby, I couldn't be Drew. The way my pride set up, bitch, I'll go get me an apartment.
Put your shoes on. Let's go find you a home, honey. Ooh, Lord.
And take my kids and leave you in that big ass house by yourself looking stupid.
Do you
before
hear me?
I let you sit out here and make me look stupid.
And you know what? And that's my question. Like one for both of them. One, Ralph, why don't you want to leave? Like, why would you want to be living in that environment? And two, the same thing for Drew. Why won't you leave? Why do you want to live in that environment? Like, I get it. House is nice. Nobody want to feel like they taking a loss. But at some point, like, is your mental health not more important than this roof over y'all head y'all stand under? So y'all don't understand the whole needing to stay cohabitating when you know you have no, you know you're not finna get back together. So why are we standing under the same roof? So yeah, it's getting very weird. And then his lawyer, his attorney, I said, baby, she just as goofy as Ralph is.
Man.
I said, baby, she just as goofy as Ralph.
And then Drew's lawyer, Drew over here pressed about how she don't want anything to come out, you know, in the court filings. Meanwhile, they showing the clips of the lawyer reading it all out, like just spilling the tea. Meanwhile, she talking about she don't want it to come out. And I felt bad for Drew in that moment where she was like, you know, she had the poop face. But I'm also at the same time thinking like, so you're more worried about this stuff coming out for Ralph. Are you sure about that? Or is there some stuff in there that you don't want us to know about you?
About you.
Girl, what's going on?
And I think that's probably what it is for you.
And I don't think anything has been released yet because I did look and
baby, when I tell you I went to researching.
I went to research and I couldn't find anything in regards to like stuff that was being like uncovered in the court filings other than what's already been uncovered.
Right.
Which I read was physical altercation where he snatched her phone from her and she fell, financial abuse and mental abuse and, you know, cheating.
Yeah, all this is alleged.
Alleged. Well, it's in the court documents.
In the documents.
It is.
Okay.
So, but I'll say allegedly, even though I know what my eyes saw.
Yeah, so she did that little moment at the end where, I don't know, I couldn't make out what he was saying to her out the window, and she was like, you know, you look like a dumbass. Like, you, like, pretty much like you just...
Oh, you are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
You just mean, so like, child... Y'all just end that, move on, because at the end of the day, like, it's going to affect the kids in the long run. So... chunk your losses. If somebody finna have some losses, chunk your losses and move on. Which this also, again, makes me feel like they're egging this on for the sake of having a storyline on this show, which is not a good idea. Like, I would want to deal with all this on camera personally. Now,
and it's getting tired.
Move for time.
Like, yeah, I wouldn't want to drag this out on TV, especially if I don't want something to be unsealed. Girl, which one is it? Come on now, Drew.
Right. So I think the other scene we're talking about was the girls having their sit down together, having lunch once they reached Nashville. And Angela popped up on them hoes like, surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
Look, Angela walked in and said, look, now I know y'all are here talking about me.
Listen, like a true housewife vet. I already know y'all talking about me.
Yeah.
And she sat down gracefully anyways and jumped right in.
Do you hear me? And and again, this is why I love Angela. Angela ain't the type of girl to do something and be like, oops, I don't know. Well, who said that?
Who had been saying that?
Who said that?
She came straight in, was like, look, I don't like that Drew ain't coming, but I didn't invite her. Yeah.
And it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Now, do you think she was wrong for inviting Drew? Because I feel like, I would say, maybe, yeah, because it's Porsha's party.
Yeah.
Was it messy? Definitely. Do we love it? Absolutely. That's what we tune in for. Had she not done that, what would we be talking about, you know?
Right.
So,
in fact,
I'm here for it.
The rest of the show would have been boring had she not brought that situation up for them girls to spar over. So yeah, I agree with you. Should she have done it? No. Maybe there would have been like a one-off with Porsha, be like, look, I really want her to come. I know y'all don't have anything, blah, blah, blah. That would have been the right way to do it. But again, baby, is she becoming a new bone collector?
We got the real bone collector. Right. You're off tonight.
Well, most definitely. She's definitely the new Sheree. She's not as in your face with it, but she's definitely becoming the new Sheree.
She's a bone collector. I was when I saw, baby, she's becoming a bone collector. Now, let's talk about why is Brit still on this whole hug thing? What's her issue with hugs?
I was literally just thinking that. Like, why was she questioning, was Angela's hug genuine?
Are you okay?
And I'm like, here we go again with the whole hug thing. It's like, girl, you are missing love in your life and you looking for it from these women. Like, baby, that's what your man's supposed to do. Like, you wouldn't be so pressed about having a hug from these women. These are your coworkers. Like, at the end of the day, like, it's too much.
Yeah, sweetheart, go get a therapist.
Yeah, please.
Ain't nobody gonna be able to help you but a therapist. Do you hear me? Please get one. So then, friend, they're going around. Well, they'd already did the room stuff at this point, but they took Angela to her room. And how ironic that the affirmation pillow was all are welcome here for them.
Right.
For Angela's room. Yes, I thought that was so funny to me. And then Porsha made it seem like Angela was like shoving it down her throat to make her come with that affirmation. I was like, now come on, Porsha.
Like,
that clearly was just a little fun moment.
She even said something about like Angela's like bullying her into like having Drew come. And I was actually kind of surprised that Porsha kind of bagged down a little bit, you know, in regards to Angela inviting Drew, rather than like putting her foot down and being like, hell no, this bitch can't come.
Right. Because I think Porsha understands that she need to be there.
She understands that it's still a show, right? So it's like,
she know that she need to be there.
You think production put Angela up to that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Honestly, production really does all of this. Like, if you just watch it, and I think that's a testament to like how this franchise, and maybe it's just Housewives in general, is starting to unfold. Like, it's losing that natural feel that it used to be years ago. Like when we first started watching Housewives of Atlanta, like where they pretty much just turned the cameras on, like, all right, y'all go. Of course, probably with some direction, but now it seems like everything is just overly produced. So of course they put Angela up to it, and I ain't mad about them doing it. Now they went out for a little night of fun or whatnot. They went and ate, and then Porsha's friends and Porsha, child, they was trying to come at Angela, but baby, Angela said, babe, I wear a size 12.
Don't act bold now because you got your little friends here. Bitch, I wear a size 12 shoe. I stand on my own two motherfucking feet.
Okay. I don't see none of y'all hoes. I'll drop kick y'all asses.
She said, I wear a size 12, baby. I stand on my own. And again, what I love about her is she do it without breaking a sweat. She ain't gonna barge off. Porsha tried to come for the wig glue, and it didn't stick. It didn't land.
And she called the lady 65.
She sure did.
Called the lady 65. Did. Don't come for auntie.
She said, treat me like I'm 5. I'm 5 right now. I'm 5.
I'm gonna treat you like the age you are.
Okay.
But
yeah, so they
I didn't
tried.
like how Porsha, like her little crew, like
Yeah.
all like jumped in like attack dogs all on Angela.
Yeah,
Like
because why are y'all here?
Porsha is a big girl with a big mouth. She can handle herself. Like it didn't take like a whole gang of y'all to try to come at Angela about her inviting one person. And I'm just
Right.
I'm actually just really over Porsha making that her story. The
Mm-hmm.
Drew Dennis thing. Like we don't want to hear you talking about Drew and
Right.
Dennis.
Porsha ain't got nothing else going on. What else she got going on?
She got stuff going on she can talk about. She just don't want
She just
to
don't
talk
want to
about
talk
it.
about it. Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly. And that's not what we wanted to see you on the show for.
Yeah, I agree. From the whole little amen corner with her friends, like, y'all come on now, because it's definitely giving desperate for camera time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah,
The
like
friends desperate.
yeah,
It felt like they're trying to audition some of them
yeah,
possibly for next season, and they were all trying to like get their little moments, but particularly the one that was like basically saying that Drew was sucking, Dennis off, and it's like, how you just throw that out in the middle of the conversation, like with no receipts?
Porsha's sister brought that up first. She was like, they are more than working relationship, allegedly, or something like that. She was the first one to say that. Then somebody goes, she was sucking D. I said, come on now.
Yeah, it's like now y'all like really it just was unnecessary.
Yeah, it's
and then Porsha in confessional, like, I don't know, that's his thing, so I don't know. And it's like that's wild to just throw that accusation out there on this girl like that. She's still married, you know what I mean?
Right.
So like
Right.
that's crazy. Like and it's like you trying to shade her, you shading Dennis for his body count, but
right. That you'd have had a whole child with.
Right, like you caught the baby, Porsha. Just so like you was on your knees at some point and they had consequences.
Hilarious.
In comes PJ.
Boy, shut up. Okay, come on, consequence. Well, friend.
The consequence is named PJ.
Named PJ. Friend, that was it from the show.
That was it.
Literally. That was it. Do you want to talk about Kenya confessional?
Kenya knows she was wrong for what she did. She admitted she was wrong for what she did.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody didn't believe that Brit said what she said. So it's like she just came with like receipts to prove that that's what happened. But we all knew that she was talking about Kenya anyways. So it was like I kind of feel like if Kenya was gonna do that, she probably should have did it. I would have done it prior to the episode airing. And really, like, I'm gonna stick it to all of y'all, especially Bravo, and I'm gonna air all this shit out before y'all even do.
Yep.
And I'm gonna get my story out before it plays out.
Yep. Yeah. But here's what I took away, that it is very clear to me that Kenya will not be coming back.
I don't think so either.
That ship has sailed.
And the way she's talking about the network, and Andy, I don't think that's gonna happen. She's going out the same way Nene went out.
Yeah,
like,
she going out the same way. And that's what I was gonna say too. I was like, see, you gotta be careful.
You know what Nene said?
Because what'd she say, friend?
You never win when you play dirty.
You're not smart. Yeah, like you gotta be careful. Because it's unfortunate that there seems to be a lot of bias when it comes to, and I'm just gonna say it, Housewives of Color versus other franchises. Like, and of course, a lot of stuff she said had a lot of merit as it relates to flipping tables on people, hitting people in the face with glasses, revenge porn cases, and all this stuff. And those franchises and those people are still working with the network.
Right.
But yeah, child, it's given Kenya will not be back. And I also thought it was interesting. Kenya said she feels like the reason that Brit came after her was because she overpromised to production about what she would do, what she would bring, and they found like, all right, you got to give us a make or break moment. And that's when they finally had their blow up. She was like, they were just literally just 3 weeks into filming. They didn't know each other. They were still getting to know each other. And so I wish that Kenya would have thought about that in a moment to know, like, girl, I'm really not about to help you. Like, you're trying to come at me and I'm not about to help you in that way. So let me just keep playing it dust how she initially did. But yeah, Kenya not coming back. And also, she did mention that because everybody was saying like, well, you go to HR and stuff, and she was like, she did all of that. Even at the moment of filming, she was like, her and Porsha stayed back to talk to them about what was going on. And she was like, she was literally shaking. And I noticed that she was shaking in that episode when she was at Porsha's car. Like, you can see it in her face, like, bitch, like, what the fuck is going on right now? So it's unfortunate, like, that's how Kenya went down. But bitch, she came in, bitch, with guns a-blazing. And it's unfortunate, like, this put a nail in the coffin for her.
Yeah, she certainly went out with a bang. No pun intended.
No pun intended. All right, friend, let's go ahead and do our 2 takes in 2 minutes. All right, friend. Here we go, starting now.
All right, so I'm starting off with Brit. So this girl, Benadryl Brit, is claiming she's not ashamed of her past, but yet you hired a whole internet crew to come in and delete it all. Doesn't make any sense. Pick a side. She wants sympathy, but at the same time, you trying to air out Angela, but you was mad when Kenya aired you out. So, like, you got to either be a victim or you got to be a villain. Like, pick one. Kelly. I'm going to go to Kelly now. I'm so tired of Kelly talking about her security. Every episode, she's bringing up the fact that she got security. I hope these girls know how to act. I got security. My security, Kenny. Security this. Girl, it's not a flex when you have security because you have trauma. Like, you're not Beyonce. Like, there's a difference. You got security because of your ex, okay? Angela is clocking in. She's getting the girls together, and she ain't breaking a sweat about it. Invited Drew to this thing and said, and what about it? So Angela is definitely in charge of the girls.
Okay, that's time for it.
Okay. All right, I was finna get Porsha.
Not Benadryl Brit. Boy, you crazy.
Brit. She need to change. That need to be her tagline next season.
Okay, that is fun.
All right, you ready, friend?
I'm ready, friend.
All right, starting now.
Okay, well, for mine, I'm probably going to give the girls a break this week, and I'm going to come for production this week. Like, production, I don't know if y'all got a new team over there, if it's new people over there doing something, but while y'all trying to shake up the girls, we need y'all to be shaking up behind the scenes, too. Because this episode was boring, lackluster. Y'all literally made the Instagram clips literally out of a whole episode. The whole episode sucks. And matter of fact, I feel like our commentary is better than the episode. Now, Porsha was supposed to be the saving grace of coming back and returning, and girl, we liked you better with Simon. We liked you better with Simon up off the show. Okay, Angela, you literally, the only thing that's keeping me watching is Angela and the fact that we doing these reviews.
There it is.
That's it. That's the only reason I'm watching. Child, friend. Let's do the social media roundup. How they got mad.
Look, you went in on production. It's funny you did because I damn sure was going to myself.
Ooh, my Lord.
So we're doing the social media roundup, and I'm actually pulling some messages we got on our TikTok from some of our watchers. So I'm gonna start with Brandon. Now, all of these are in regards to Brit because the people have a lot to say about Brit. Mm-hmm. So Brandon says he wanted to like her, but she does not get it. She is trying too hard to have the next iconic moment. She's not original. Using Kenya's twirl on you, girl, you are a fan. Mocalicious said that she's crashing out. She's nasally, and that left nostril be dripping during confessionals. Get In Money D said she was a good addition to the show. She's good for reality for TV. So, you know, take it or leave it, but maybe she could be good for reality TV, maybe just not this show.
Right.
Sophia Lynette said, why sound like somebody pushing her nose closed? I'm Just a Bell Girl said, Bravo used to screen housewives when they had to earn a spot on the show. And we see why now. They just bringing anybody in and devaluing the brand. L. Alexandria said, I think Brit is dealing with something serious at home with her husband. I'm going to keep watching it unfold. She is projecting on these girls. Regret after signing the contract has set in. She's definitely got some issues.
Yeah. Well, friend, I'm sorry. I feel like this episode wasn't that exciting.
That's it.
But that's it. That's all the girls giving us to work with. So look, we appreciate y'all for watching with us. Please be sure to subscribe, to share, comment. We love y'all. Y'all been active in the comments lately.
Absolutely.
And we really appreciate it. And we love communicating and talking back with y'all. So friend, we ain't got nothing else.
We ain't got nothing else. If you have input, like he said, make sure you drop your comments. We can read them on the show, So we want to know what y'all got to say. That's on YouTube, TikTok, wherever you can find us.
Yes. All right. Till next time, friend. We'll holler.
All right. Peace.